It's At the Break, our halftime feature, and with us is redshirt freshman Matthew Weber. Welcome. First of all, thank you a lot for dressing up and making me look just like the slob I am. You look great.
Thank you.
But you had a presentation this morning, right?
Yep, and then personal communications I did.
Yeah.
Over self-concept.
Is school challenging for you? Do you enjoy the college lifestyle of going to classes just kind of periodically?
I really enjoy it. Yeah, it's like a lot. It's really nice to be able to have time to do your work and not have to worry about having like 6 or 7 classes a day.
Right.
And the tutoring center is like a big help for me too.
Yeah, the tutoring center does a great job. And what's been the hardest part of adjusting between high school and college academics?
I would probably just say the expectations of the teachers. Like, it's not too far out of it's not too far out of reach at all. But like, they just expect a lot more, which is what we need.
Sure. We're going to talk about your future as possibly a businessman, but let's talk a little bit about redshirting. First of all, where did the idea originate that maybe you would take a redshirt year? How did that come about?
I think the idea came from just me wanting to, just my body and everything not being where I wanted it to be at. And I thought this year, with all the great players we had, it would just be able to push me this whole year, and then next year be able to just even contribute even more on the court instead of just in practice.
Right. So that's a really good idea that you'll be in practice and stuff until you hurt your foot. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So in September, I rolled my ankle inward.
Okay.
And I heard a pop, but I didn't really think anything of it. It hurt. I was limping a little bit, but I was whatever. And then it just felt bruised for a couple of days, and or not a couple of days, for the rest of the semester. And I was playing on it and everything.
You went home for Christmas and it was still hurting. You thought it was just a sprain or something. And
yeah. So I went home for Christmas break. I thought it was just bruised, and I told my mom about it. She was we better go get it checked out since it's been hurting since September. So we went and got it checked out, and I guess it was fractured in 3 different places.
Wow, that had to be painful though, right?
Oh, it actually wasn't as painful. It was only painful with certain movements, so I would just steer away from what made it painful.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just kind of work with it.
As you're redshirting and you're looking at during games, frustrating? Are you? Is it? Do you know that it's a means to an end?
It's frustrating a little bit, but at the same time, like Coach E always says, you just gotta keep the bigger picture in mind, and everything's just bigger than us. So you just gotta keep the big picture in mind. So that's what I've been trying to keep my mind at.
As a basketball player, when you do get onto the floor next year, what can we expect from you? What's your top skill, for instance?
My top skill right now is shooting, but I would like to get that over to more ball handling and passing. So,
okay, yeah. I would guess you're projected maybe more as a point guard, a 2 guard?
Yeah, right now I'd say I'm more of a 2 guard, but I'm looking to transition to more of a 1.
Right.
As I continue to grow.
So at this point you are working on your academics, you're trying to get healthy in this case, and you're learning about college basketball. Does that keep you pretty busy?
Yeah, it keeps me pretty busy, yeah.
Yeah, what do you like to do in your spare time?
Mostly just play 2K with my teammates. And
2K?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we play a lot of 2K.
Yeah, I've heard that, and I have been told that there's one person in particular that's very competitive on video games. Let's see if it's the same person I'm thinking about. Who would you name?
I would probably name Joe.
Joe, really? Oh, okay. I've heard John Carroll.
John?
Yeah.
I played John. I beat John, but...
Okay, that'll be interesting to get back to him on that one. Okay, so enough of that. You were telling me a very interesting story before we started recording about your background with your family, and I'll let you take it from there. Can you tell us what that's all about?
I was adopted whenever I was 2 weeks old, but I didn't really know for a while, maybe until I was at least 7 or 8. So, in the back of my mind, I always thought. I looked a little bit different than my parents, but at the same time, since my dad was a farmer, I was whatever, he's tan, I'm tan, whatever. But then I started to get more and more questions, and just asked him one day, I was how come I look a little bit different than you? I was my hair is curly and my skin is dark, and even when I'm not outside. And then they sat me down and told me, and I was just oh, okay, thanks for thanks
It
for
was
that.
no big shock.
Yeah, and like they explained how like one of my grandparents was like my real like what's the word
Like a blood relative?
yeah, like
Okay.
yeah, blood, like they're like explaining that that's my blood grandpa, so I was
Right.
like, oh yeah, like, and like stuff just started to click, and I found out I had like a half brother and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you've been able to incorporate both sides of your family, I
Yeah.
guess, and they all seem to kind of mesh pretty well.
Yeah,
That's
like
from what you said.
yeah, Jason Mullenix, he lives here in Trenton. He's my mom's cousin. He's helped me adjust here too. Like I've hung out with him and stuff. He's
Yeah.
a principal at Trenton High School.
Yeah, that's a great story, and I'm glad you shared that with us. We talked about your aspirations. Of course, you want to continue playing basketball. You'll redshirt this year, play a couple of years here, and go on from there. When basketball's over, what do you want to do with your life?
I would like to start my own business eventually, but I would probably say just start my own business eventually.
Yeah.
But I know I have to like find a job in the meantime. But
Yeah. Do you have any distinct areas that interest you in business, like you might end up doing something in particular?
I like to. I like to talk to people, so I'd probably maybe, well, honestly, something with presentations is like talking to people and like managing.
Yeah. Well, you certainly dressed the part today. Good job. Good job. Anything else we should know about you? Because obviously it's the first time I've had a chance to chat with you.
Well, I grew up on a farm, which many people like wouldn't know that about me. Just
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you ever go back to that lifestyle?
Yeah, farm life's like really nice. Yeah, it's
Right.
nice to like just like kind of live in your own area and not have too many neighbors.
Matthew Weber has been with us here at the break. He is a redshirt freshman. Thank you so much.
Yep, thank you.
We'll be back with more in just a moment.